I have to sit down here close to the camera so you can see me. When I stand up, it's too tall, but I want to focus in on where the project is occurring. We're going to be using this shooting board, and a couple of things I want you to notice about it is this is a very special shooting plane. We've sharpened that. You've seen me do that. It rides in the track right here, so the plane cuts along this face right here. And on this shooting board, this is a device that allows me to cut a miter. For example, here's a part that I've already cut. You're seeing this with the GoPro here. Yeah, I'm just making sure that my GoPro Vantage is showing. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we're seeing this up here with the GoPro where it's been cut, and that got cut just by holding it in this fence and running it along the edge right here. The other side's not cut, so I've cut 1 out of 8 cuts that need to be made, and they've all got to be the same length. And but anyway, this is a very accurate device, and the shavings are what's really interesting. When I do the first shaving, you'll see. I'll show you how thin of a shaving we're taking each time. So this blade's going to go in this kind of action right here. And the first thing I want to do is I'm going to shave the other end of this board that's already been mitered once. So here it is, and it goes, you can see that it goes right down, right angles against this fence back here, and then it touches the entire blade before the entire sole of that plane before it ever reaches that blade. And this, by the way, is on a ramp down. It ramps downward so that we use different parts of the blade as we're cutting. So it keeps the blade sharper longer that way. And I'll just drop this down and I push against the back of the fence and down because I want it to cut. And we're not going to cut very much the first time because it'll be cutting that first square edge. But just listen for this. Did you hear that cutting? Oh, here I see this is from where I cut the previous side. I just wanted to show you how thin and amazingly thin this is. This is end grain, so you can see the holes through that, and it's a very thin, delicate piece of wood right there that gets cut by this. It takes several times. All right, now we're about halfway down. You can see on this edge right here. And we're about halfway. Still have a facet. That facet is what I'm looking to get rid of. Once I get a sharp edge down there, I'll be done. There's no point in going any past that because that means I've got the entire face covered. So we still got a little bit of a facet right here. I'm seeing the facet right there. So that's what I'm looking to get rid of. And I can feel this board drop down a little bit every time it cuts. Now the facet is very, very tiny right now, and you can see it right there. 1, 2. All right, I still have a tiny little facet because it doesn't feel quite sharpened up yet, but they were very, very close. One cut. Let's see what that does. I think we need one more cut and then we'll be done. That facet was so small, probably only my eye, the camera couldn't see it. Yep, that feels like a sharp edge right there. Sharp as this. Sharp as that. Let me just see if I can see a facet right there at all. Now, I will have gone too far if I compare the lengths of these two boards and they're any different. So this one comes up right to the edge. Let me get it square where it's just touching the edge of this. And that facet is perfect here and perfect here. So we haven't gone too far. It's perfect. So now we're ready to continue. So the first board is completely done here. And we'll get the next long board. and do that. Just examining which one should be the face. It really doesn't matter. They both look good. All right, so we'll just start cutting with this one. I'll cut a little bit faster. Just to show you how fast. I guess I should count the number of times. See, there's that facet. We're about halfway through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, we still got a facet right there. 8, 9. Still got a facet. 10, 11. I mean, it's probably cutting a couple of thousandths of an inch each time. I can barely see the facet, and it doesn't feel sharp yet. That was not supposed to come out. Let me make sure the magnet wasn't down. Good grief. I hope it didn't affect the angle at all. Okay, so still not quite sharp enough yet. I see a tiny bit of the facet there. I think I need for one more. All right, I think we're done. That feels pretty. I don't see a facet, and it feels fairly sharp, and it would be screwy as well. So now I've got to get this other side down. Let me look at the length of this now, just to make sure that these still, yep, still exactly the same length. So we're doing pretty good here. And now here comes the next piece. So we know it's probably at least 20 strokes to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, still quite a facet. We're more than halfway, but probably I'm going to set, let's try 5 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that was a total of 26 strokes. Let me see the length. One more for good measure. One more. I want that edge to feel very, very sharp. Now, one thing I'm going to do is check my my angles here. That looks perfect. Let's look at the other side. That looks perfect down like that. Let's check this one. That looks perfect. And we'll check this one. And that looks perfect. Now, you won't get that kind of perfection, believe it or not, on a miter saw like that or on a table saw like that. It'll be off by much more, but you can see all these little shavings that we've built up, each one just as thin as the next. I mean, it is just filigree type thin. And so we've got the 2 long pieces done. Let's do the 2 short pieces now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep, it's exactly the same place it was at 20 the last time. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 was very close. 26. Let's see, just a tiny bit of a facet down there on one end. I feel sharp all the way. Let's check the links. If it's still the same length, we haven't gone too far. If it's shorter, then that means we went too far. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to go one more just for good measure here. And you notice we're cutting, like I said before, we're cutting in the grain because these two pieces are going to go together like this, so that we have the grain looking like that as a miter. All right, time to cut this other piece right here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. One thing I meant to do, I'm going to get some more wax. Get some more wax to make that plane ride smoother through there. See, I just rubbed some wax on the bottom and some ink on the top here. And let's cut it. Yeah, it's smooth. That's just paraffin wax you can get at the grocery store. Use it for caning. Push this up against the table hard. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. I'm getting close on this one. A little bit of tear out. This fence should be all the way down next to that blade. It would prevent this tear out. And here's, I'm going to run it a little bit slower until I finish this up. Let's see how that compares with this now. They're still both the same length and they both appear to be very sharp. One more to go, 2 sides on this. I think I'll go like this right here. In fact, just to avoid that tear out, I'm going to get my, I think that's the wrong one. Get this blade. Yeah, it's right here. I'm going to disconnect this, disconnect this, and see how it comes down. I can push it up against. It's about where I want it. That should prevent the tear out on that end grain. There are other ways of doing that, and that is to use a little chamfer on the end. It means you've got to plane at least all the way down the chamfer to do that. 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, There's just a tiny little facet. 25 and maybe 26. Okay, let's get the next one, the last one. There's something satisfactory about feeling that plane cut through that wood like that on the end grain. It feels really good when that blade is sharp like that. That's why I'm going slower, because I want to be able to feel that, and I think it helps with the cut. It's tempting to go fast. 17, 18, 19. Still a little fast. 20. A nice point there. I'm going to try one more shaving. I think that's perfect. Okay, all 4 pieces are done. We're ready to do glue up.
Hey folks, well the glue up is going to be next. We've just shot the miters, and we can put the sides together and get that glued up. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell button to be notified of any new videos. That really helps us. Thanks.